Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening from wherever you're dialing in today. A very warm welcome to Live on ServiceNow webinar. And today's topic is notifications and approvals in Now Mobile. I know we publicized only approvals, but notification is a bonus. So we will be covering both notifications and approvals in today's webinar. And I am your host today. My name is Mohit Tyagi, and I am Senior Outbound Product Manager within Unified Employee Experience team in ServiceNow. This is the team which manages Employee Center, Now Mobile, and other employee productivity and workflows related products. Um, Today, I'm joined by an awesome panel members. So I will let our panel members to introduce themselves one by one. Ashutosh.
Yeah, hello everyone. Excited to be here. Looking forward to this session. Over to you, Smriti.
Hi everyone, I'm the Senior Product Manager with Unified Employee Experience team managing Employee Center Pro. Happy to join the call today. Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you, Smriti. We have Sajal.
Hey, hi everyone.
Okay, thanks, Sajal. We also have Sana with us today.
Hey everyone, this is Sana. I'm the product manager on the mobile platform team. Looking forward to the session.
Thank you, Sana. And David and Akash would be joining us shortly. David is staff outbound product manager, and he's also from mobile platform team. I'm sure you would have seen his academies, which he does on monthly basis for mobile platform. And Akash is staff software engineer within the Unified Employee Experience team. And so both of them will be joining shortly, but we will get started. Before we start, I would like to bring your attention to the safe harbor notice for any forward-looking statements that we would be making today based on where the product roadmap is headed. So before you make any purchases or consume any information, we want you to be mindful of those forward-looking statements. There are some housekeeping rules for this webinar. So first one is we have saved some time in the end for Q&A. We will take some live Q&A if we are left with some time in the end. But while the presentation goes on, while the webinar goes on, you will see this Q&A button on your screen. Please use that Q&A button to ask any question you would have. Our panelists would be closely monitoring it. And I repeat, please do not use the chat. Use this Q&A button for your questions so that our panelists could answer to your questions as and when they will get your questions. This presentation will be recorded and it will be shared after 5 to 10 business days on our community page. We can share the link with you. In case if you want to refer back to it in future, you would be able to see the presentation and the recording on our community page. After the webinar is done, you will be prompted with a short survey. We appreciate your feedback. You could also tell us if you want to cover any different topic. So filling that survey, you should be able to tell us, and we will ensure that we cover that topic next time when we plan for it. Just introduce, this is a part of an interactive event series of live on ServiceNow, and you are able to see this QR code. And if you want to see the schedule for all the webinars and other live sessions, which Live on ServiceNow team does for all the products, including Employee Center, Now Mobile, and other ServiceNow products, please scan this QR code. You should be able to see the complete schedule for all those products. I'm sure you would be seeing a poll in front of you. So before we begin this webinar, we want to understand where you are today in your deployment journey for Now Mobile. So we have given this 4 options. Please select one of those 4 options which is applicable. And if you want to speak to any expert, we will reach out to you based on your response. Thank you. We will keep this poll open for a few more minutes so that everybody is able to answer or participate in this poll. Okay. In today's webinar agenda, so we would start with a brief introduction of Now Mobile and mobile platform, and what are different capabilities and what are the different problems which we are trying to solve with Now Mobile and mobile platform. We'll discuss that. And then we'll get deep dive into today's topic, which is notifications in Now Mobile. And post that, we will cover approvals in Now Mobile. Not only we will discuss these capabilities, but we would also show the live demonstration, how to configure and how they would look like live in the live prod environment for your employees. Okay, let's get started with the brief introduction of mobile platform and Now Mobile application. So we can start with understanding what the mobile platform is. So it's very similar to service portal tech stack, which is built on ServiceNow platform. So like service portal tech stack allows you to build different portals. Similarly, mobile platform allows you to build purpose-built native experiences for your mobile devices. Your mobile, it could be your Android or it could be your iOS. And this is available for all our customers, and it comes with a different set of development tools to accelerate your developments and deployments. And it also comes up with a set of out-of-the-box templates for your layouts, for forms, buttons, etc. And these capabilities can be deployed natively, as I said, for both iOS and your Android application. And it also covers the native device capabilities like barcode scanning, camera, map navigation, etc. And it comes with 30 plus out-of-the-box workflows, which includes your ITSM, customer service management, field service management, HR service delivery, and more. And within ServiceNow, we have two different mobile clients. First one is the Now Mobile application, which is for your employees essentially. And in today's webinar as well, our focus would be Now Mobile. We will be talking about notifications in Now Mobile, approvals in Now Mobile, and the second client which we have is ServiceNow Agent, and this is for fulfillers. And mobile platform benefits are like it's built with a mobile first approach, which we discussed, and it takes the benefit of all the native capabilities within your both iOS and Android. It could be camera, push, GPS, etc. It comes up with the out of the box experiences, like we discussed. It has 30 plus out of the box workflows which are available for you. And then introducing briefly what Now Mobile is. So when it comes to Now Mobile, there are different workflows and experiences which are available out of the box. So the base functionality is ITSM plus HR. We also call it as employee experience. But you could augment this base experience to any other out of the box workflow. It could be your ITSM, Safe Workplace, HRST, Workspace Delivery, and other out of the box workflows which we are discussing. Could be FSM, your ITAM, and any workflow which you would be using today. It can be augmented to those workflows. Okay, let's get into today's topic, and we'll starting with the notifications in Now Mobile. Okay, when it comes to the notifications in Now Mobile, we have a certain set of out of the box push notifications. So which essentially allows your employees to take immediate action. For example, if you're seeing in the screen as well, so we have an approval push notification which comes out of the box. So uh, as you can see there, it is available on the lock screen. It's not even that your employees is not even in application yet. They could be on the move, they could be on their way to office, or they could be on their way away from office, or they could be traveling, but they do have their mobile application with them. And with those push notifications, you could keep them connected and you could always keep them informed. Not only you get these push notifications, but also if you are using virtual agent within the Now Mobile application, you will get those notifications in your virtual agent as well. If you are already inside the application, then you get this bell icon where you would be able to see all those notifications. Your employees, for example, here, Maria Davis would be able to see all those notifications which were specifically for Maria Davis. But one thing to note here is these configurations are not shared with portal, so you will have to configure them separately. Like I said, some notifications would come out of the box, but if you wish to create your own notifications, then David did a Academy session some time back, and we can share the link in the chat. So you should be able to see the link in the chat for that Academy for out of the box and the non-actionable notifications, wherein you should be able to create your own notifications, and it is done by simple 4 steps. First, you have to create the message content, which is the JSON layout. And I know these words could be foreign for some of you, but if you would go to the Academy session, then David has explained all of them in detail, step by step, and how you can create those notifications. And then you'll have to create the event, which is essentially what will the notification contain, when will it be triggered, and how will it look like. So there are some conditions which you'll have to configure. Based on that, you will get notification something like this. So if you see here, so the one which is highlighted in green are the push message content, which is basically your requested, the number, or any description that you would provide. And push notification message would be something which will come as a heading here. Apart from that, there are other things as well you could configure. For example, if you want to highlight the urgency, you could highlight the urgency of that notification as well. And once you have created your notification, you just have to register it and register it to, if you want to send it to your Now Mobile, you have to register it to your Now Mobile client, which is the request. Or if you want to register it to your agent, then you have to register it to your agent client. Okay. Not only we have the out of the box non-actionable notification, but we also have actionable notifications, which is essentially they allow you to take actions without even opening the app. For example, if you see here in this screenshot, there came an approval notification, and there are two actions which has been created here. Once you hover over this notification, you will see accept and reject button here. And based on if you want to accept it, you want to reject it, then you could click on those. Once accepted, it will be accepted for that particular requester. As you see here, it's been approved and moved to a different state. And once you click on the reject, you have an option to allow to enter text. For example, if you want to reject, you could ask for the reason for rejection. It could be out of the budget, its policy does not support, any reason could be there for that. And how you can configure it, again, it would require you to go through 5 different steps. Very similar to your the notification out, the non-actionable notification that we created. Few additional steps would be there. So first is that you have to create your mobile push notification, which will essentially have your notification and buttons. It will have your push messages and push actions. Then you'll have to create the JSON layout. Then you'll have to meet those conditions, what to be sent, when to be sent, and how to be sent. Then finally, you will create a message, what will come in that push notification. For example, here, new approval requests. And then you have to register it. So what we can do is, instead of just talking, we can actually look at this in action. So I hope you're able to see my screen that there is this, I'm logged in here as Eric Schroeder in my mobile simulator. And this is my instance. Okay, so for your actionable notifications, so I will not walk you through the step like how to create it, but what are the different steps that we need to take. I've already created this actionable notification, and I will show you how I created those. So the first step, as we discussed there, was to create a mobile push notification. So if you search here, then within the mobile push note, there are two push notifications. One is mobile and one is system. So you have to ensure that you create it within your mobile push notifications. So here I've already created this. If it is not there, then you click on new and create this, but I'll open this one which I've already created. Then you give a name to it, make it actionable. Once you will make it actionable, then it will ask you to select any category. Ensure that you select the right category, and I've selected here accept reject for which essentially mean it will allow you to accept, reject, and it will take you to the app. And you'll have to be very mindful of the screen. For example, if I go here and within my task, for example, if this is any request, so approve request is the screen where I want my actionable notification to go. So this is why I selected the approve request. So be very mindful of this screen which you're selecting. And once you have selected this and you update it, you get an option to create push action instances. There you can create these two buttons. So here I've created reject and approve. These are essentially the buttons which we were seeing in this notification, which is accept and reject. So I've selected here reject and approve. So, and then you have to map the functions, correct functions to these buttons. you have to be very mindful of mapping approve request function to this approve button, and similarly reject request button function to reject request button. Again, since I'm not covering how to map and where this function would be, David again did one session on actionable as well. So we will share the link for that. In that academy, David explains step by step where you can find those functions, how you can map them, how to ensure that you have selected the right function. All of that was done in that academy, and we can share that link in the chat. And you could go through that recording and then aptly create these buttons with the correct function. Once this actionable push has been created, then you create a push message content. So you already have this related link here. You can click here and it will take you to create a new message content. But because I've already created, so I will go to the one which I created. So I created this. Okay. As you see here, and in fact, as you saw when I clicked on the related link as well, so it automatically filled this ID. So this JSON is already built for you, and it will automatically capture the correct SysID for you. But you have to ensure that this SysID is for the correct mobile push notification. So the way to do is you can just go to your mobile notification and go here, and then here you could just say this copy SysID. If I put it here, this is 69cc FC, and if I go to my push message content, and this is the D69cc, same. Okay. Yeah, D69ccfc. So it is the same, and it will automatically auto populate this. But you can just to double check, you can just check this that this is correct. Here you can give the name to it, and you have to select this push app. Because I'm doing it for my Now Mobile, so I've selected request here. Had I done it for your agent, then I would have selected the ServiceNow mobile application. Then you create this push message content, and then once it is done, then you create the system notification, which is here. Yeah. Earlier we created a mobile push notification. Now we are creating system push notification. Within this, you will have to create a new if it does not already exist. But because I already created one, so I already have mine. Yeah. In this is where when you have to decide how, when, and what will be sent. Once you open this, I just open.
In the meantime, if there is any question, please post them in your Q&A panel. We are actively monitoring it.
Thank you, Shutosh. Yeah. So you can give a name to it. You have to select a table because as we are doing approval, it for approval. So I've selected the approval table here. And when to send is any insert or any update happens to this record. And I've put here two conditions: when the state changes to requested, or approval for task type is request. So you could add your own filter condition when you want to send this notification and who will receive it. So you could add any groups. If you have any approval groups, you could add the groups here. And if you want to send it to specific person, because I'm logged in here as Eric and I want to send it to Eric, so I've selected only Eric here. What to send is the push message, and then you'll have to create a new push message. But because I already have it, you could simply just see that what push message I've created here. If I open that record. So I gave the name to it and then selected the Now Mobile application because we are working on Now Mobile application. You select the same table, and this is the message which I want, like new approval request for, and it will capture from the approval table. Content is what we created, actionable push message. You have to select that and update it. That's it. This is the configuration you need. And quickly what we will do is you go to push applications. You have a lot of applications available here. We will go to our Now Mobile application. And here I will register this notification which I create, which is my actionable push notification. So I've already registered it. Yeah, here it was. Sorry. Yeah, actionable push message. You just have to register it here. Once it is done, then you can send the notification. So what I'll quickly do is, so I will now just try to kill that app, and I will be on my home screen of my phone, and Storm is one employee. So I will go ahead and create a request for Storm. And we already have this out of the box setup. If anything is priced above 1,000, the request will go to Eric. It's got created for choice. Okay, so I've created this request here, and the request number is 53. And soon we should see the notification coming here. Simulators may take some time. I've already gotten that on my mobile application where I'm logged in, but it may take few seconds for simulators to come. But the mobile device already has it. Yeah, so I got it for my simulator as well. So this is the one which was already created out of the box, and this is the one which I created, new approval request. So I'll let this go and I'll just accept it. You see the success button was here and it has been success. So because I'm in simulator, so it did not take me to the homepage. Ideally, what it would do is, so if you see here, if when I refreshed here, so it has already approved. Had I been in my mobile application, then when I clicked on approve, it would have directly taken me to this page, and it has already been approved. So I would have landed here. So when you will create your application actionable notifications within your for your employees, once you click on approve or reject, you will land on this page, because this is the screen which you selected, approve request. Okay. So this is how you will create this, and this is how it will look like in live setup. So moving on to the next notification. So we also have notifications for mention. For example, if you mention somebody in any request, then you will get a notification banner like this that you have been mentioned. So this is the notification which I created. And how it would happen is, for example, there is this approval request. And once you mention this comment here, for example, Maria Davis, this is a test notification. So Maria would get this notification. And so you could configure it for any screen where you would want to send out those alerts. It could be approve or any other request. And one thing which, and it is the configuration is very similar to actionable and other notification, with the only difference is that you have to select a live notification table, and it supports both now mobile and agent. Like I said, the configuration is similar to what we saw for the notification, that you have to create a JSON, which we saw while creating actionable as well. Then you have to decide what, when, and how you create that message, which is essentially you have been mentioned, and then you register it within your now mobile application. So to show you quickly the demo, what I would do is, so what I would do is, I would first log out from my Eric's profile. Okay. And I will log in as, let's say, let me log in as Tom. Okay, I think my simulator is making it very difficult, but let's see if we can beat the simulator. I think I've done a mistake here. Yes. Okay. So now I'm logged in as a Storm employee, and in my mobile device, I am logged in as Eric Schroeder. So what I would quickly do is I would mention Storm in one of the approval request for Storm, and we will see Storm getting the notification. Let me just quickly mention him from my second device. Okay, I've just logged in. Minute. But if you go here and while I do that, so the when we looked at the steps to configure, it is very similar to what we did for our other notification as well, that you have to create a message content. So I've already done it here. So if you go here, post message content. So if I show you mention, so I've created this already message here, and this will be automatically generated for you with and it is available in our product docs as well. If you look at the docs, this has been this is available for you. You could just copy paste from here. The only thing is that you have to enter a client type. I have entered here request because it is for now mobile, and then you have to enter the form screen sys which is essentially this is the sys ID for a particular form screen, and it is for your approval request. So I have taken it from the approval request. Again, David did another academy on mentions as well. So you could follow that academy, and you will see how he has explained that how you will get this ID. One thing to note here is in our product docs, I think there is a typo. There is a single instead of double quote, there is a single quote, but ensure while you configure it that you have to enter the double quote. So you should be adding double quote, not the single quote here. Okay, so let's just go to Eric's request, and I'm doing it. Give me 1 minute. Yeah, I found one, and I'm adding comment there. I'm sorry, I'm not able to see it because I'm doing it in my personal screen, but you would see the notification coming through once I mentioned. So let me just kill that app. Okay, so I've already, yeah, so you see here, so because I mentioned, so I got this notification on now mobile, and once you click on this notification, you will be navigated to your again, this is a simulator issue, but if you were in your device, you would click on that notification, and it will take you to that particular incident where you have been mentioned in the particular request and on your approve request screen. This is how the experience is going to look like in your mobile device. And then you have to follow those steps, create this message content, create a notification event, which we saw for actionable as well, what, when, and how. And once you are through all these steps, following David's academy and this product documentation page, it captures everything that how you can enter all of these things. And it has all the steps that would be required for you to set up these notifications. Yeah. Moving on. So not only these, you could further personalize your notification experiences to enhance your user experience. So you can send some critical notifications. If there are any critical notification you want to send, then you should be able to send to your employees. Even if their phone would be on airplane mode, they would still get those critical notifications. So it could be any outage, any incident, anything that would have happened at an org level, and you want them to be notified. So you can create those notifications as critical notifications. There is a way to apply UI styling. So for example, if I look at one of the screens, let's say we go to okay, let's go to this one. So yeah, so here, for example, requested is here. If you want to highlight it with any specific color, if you want to enter, let's say, any criticality, it could be P1, P2. Then you want to highlight P1 as red and P2 as green or P3 as yellow. So all of that should be possible using styling. And we have the documentation available. We can share the documentation with you. So you could further customize it a little more to by applying those UI styling in your app notifications. Then you could also customize ringtone for a specific notification. You can customize a different ringtone so that you could make your employees more aware for your organization ringtones instead of the default mobile ringtone. Then if you assume and if you think that the display of the notification is for a very limited time and you want to increase the time, the one which appears on the notification bar, then you can increase the time for notification. All of that is possible with minor configuration, and we can share the documentation. This helps enhance user experience a little more. Okay, this was all for notifications in Now Mobile, but now coming to approvals in Now Mobile. Okay, similar to notifications, we have out-of-the-box approvals as well. And you get the approvals in Now Mobile like this, that you could approve, reject. You get that notification as well once you are on the go, you are traveling or maybe going to the office, coming from the office. From your mobile application, you should be able to take actions on those approvals. And if you use virtual agent, that you get the actionable notification in your VA as well. Within the VA, you get approve, reject, or ignore as well, as you see in this screenshot. Again, approvals also do not have the shared configuration portal. You have to set up those similar to your notifications. Like I configure it for the actionable for mentions, you also have to configure the approvals as well. And I will now hand over to Ashutosh to the demo for approvals out of the box. Ashutosh?
All right. Thanks, Mohit. So before we start with the demo, please type in the comment how many of us do these approvals on a daily basis. Or have you had any approval in the last month or so? We are looking forward to your chats. So as you type in your answers in your chat, approvals is one of the critical and key things that we do as a part of our daily jobs. So either we're requesting something or either we are approving something. So we start with the demo here. We are logged in as Nick Newman. And in this instance, okay, thanks so much. So yeah, so basically we are logged in as Nick Newman here. And given my new job, I am now in requirement of a monitor. So I go to employee taxonomy. Mohit, the screen seems to be stuck. Yeah, okay. So we go to the taxonomy in the technology services. We go to the all option and we go ahead and find our our monitor screen. So this is the external monitor that I want. I see this perfectly fits my requirements. So I just click on order now. And I see that requested for delivery address, everything has been pre-populated for me. I just go ahead and order this. And that's it. My request has been created, number 65. And in the stage, I see that it is in pending approval as of now. So it is going to go to someone. Now we change gears. In the mobile device, I am Eric Schroeder. I am a senior business manager and Nick works under me. And as I'm starting my day, I went way to office and I see this notification that approval request number 65 is there. I just click on it and I land on the page. I see details and updates are automatically populated. I see Nick Newman's name. Nick is requesting a monitor. I was anticipating this. This is totally fair for him to request this. I can just go ahead and approve this. And that's pretty much it. This is immediate productivity in your hands. Either if you're a business leader or if you're on the way to office or in conferences, you're traveling, you don't need a laptop to get your team get going. Your access to mobile is the key to your productivity. You just went ahead, you just requested something, and you can immediately approve it through the mobile devices. This is immediate productivity in your hands. So just to summarize, we as Nick requested something, and we as Eric just approved that request through our mobile device. That's complete the flow. Over to you, Mohit.
Thank you so much, Ashutosh, for taking us through this demonstration. Let's move on. Okay, so not only we have the out-of-the-box approvals which Ashutosh demoed, but we also have approvals with Workday. We have the integration with Workday as well, and this is something which comes with HRSD Pro and Enterprise. It does not come standalone with EC Pro. So if you are a Workday user, then you should be able to send those Workday requests to your approvers, and they should be able to act on it using the Now Mobile. So they can either reject it or approve it, as you can see in this screenshot. And not only this, in fact, if they want to see any more details, if there's any attachment available, so they should be able to see this complete request information, everything they need to know. And basis that information, if they think that this is the correct and legit request, then they can approve it. Or if they want to reject it, then they can reject it. The plugin that would be required for this is Approvals Hub integration with Workday, which is SNME Workday. So you need to manually install this. And like I said, this comes with HRSD Pro and Enterprise. It does not come standalone with EC Pro. So you need HRSD Pro or Enterprise. And of course, you need to have the integration set up between Workday and your Now Mobile. Similarly, for the Concur approvals as well. So if you see here in the screenshot, so you could, if you are using Concur for your expenses, then your employees can raise a Concur request for approving the Concur expenses, and it will come as an expense report in Mobile. So if you see here, so you will see the complete detail. In the expenses tab, you will see all the information that you need, and you could either approve it based on the details and the expenses information that you see here, or you could just send it back. For this, plugin required would be Approvals Hub integration with SAP Concur. The app ID is SNEXCNC. Both the plugins are available on our app store, so you could install it from there. Again, you would need to be licensed for this. We can confirm this most like I'm almost sure that this is HRST Pro and Enterprise. It does not available with the EC Pro, but once we will create the article out of it and post this recording, we will ensure to capture this in our FAQs that which license is required for Concur.
Just to
And
clarify here, it only requires EC Pro.
okay, thank you so much, Smriti. Okay, so it is available with EC Pro, the Concur. Workday is not available with EC Pro standalone, but Concur is. Thank you, Smriti. And you need to have the spoke for SAP Concur as well to install. And of course, you need to have SAP Concur integration with ServiceNow and Concur. Once you have that integration, that you should be able to create those expense reports and you could send it to your approvers. So for the demonstration purpose, what we have done is, so we have created some demo data and okay, and then we have created some demo data in our instances, but in the once you would have it, the complete integration within your prod environment, then your employees would be able to send the request from Workday and Concur both. We're starting with the Workday. Okay, so I'm logged in as system administrator. So what I would do is my approver is a test user which we created. So 50. Yeah. But in your case, you could directly log in as your approvers. So if you see here, so they have multiple tasks pending because all of this is demo data because we created for this demo purpose only. And we are not able to show the Workday side of it, but let's assume that Sanya Mirza has already created this work request from Workday for absence. And so it will come to the approver, in this case, our WD user. So there are two formats to it. One is that you could set it up that you click here and then you will be navigated to Workday. Another way is, for example, for same Sanya, you could have this set up as in this format as well, where you could create the buttons for your accepting and rejecting those requests. Like I said, all the information would be available in this request. In details, you would see for which days she's requesting for the time off. In attachment, if there's any attachment, they have given, it could be, let's say, they are not doing well and then they want to submit the medical certificate as a document here, so they can set it here. We have a demo image for of a desktop here, so I think that's what we uploaded it in the demo data. So you would see that image here, but in real life scenario, you would see the relevant document, and all of this would be fetched from Workday, and you could simply just go ahead and approve it. And you don't have to, okay, I think this has been closed while I was doing the demo. Let's just look at the different one. Okay. I think during my test, I approved that, but this is, let's try for Betty. Yeah. Okay, I think because we created this demo data and probably this is not valid anymore, so it's throwing the error. But in the real life scenario, once your approver would click on approve or reject, so it would in-app give the notification that request has been approved. Similarly, if I what I can actually do is I would try with one more user. Let's see if we can do it. Let's just quickly look at if there's any other user which we can impersonate. Wait. Let's end this impersonation. Let's go to another user. Impersonate user, I will go to Deborah Simpson. Deborah is another approver and they have some requests as well. For example, they have it for Gulbag. Let's try if this will work. No, I think these request has been yeah, our demo data is probably not working, but the experience would be that you see both approve and the reject button, and they would be approved using the approve and the reject button. Similarly, if I go for the Concur, then sometimes you would see these challenges in your simulator as well, but they would work fine in the device. And for Concur, we created the demo data as well. And let's see. Let's say our Outlook user is our approvers. So once they will log into their now mobile device and they would see in their task, there are some expense reports which are available in their task for Outlook user 2 for the approvers. Once they go there, so once they click on this one, so they would see the complete details of those tasks. And within this, you could set up those hierarchy if, for example, this is only for $56.7. But had then there been could be a case that any high amount expense comes, then it can directly goes to let's say a high level of approver. You could create the levels of approvers, level 1, level 2, level 3. In this case, because this is 56.7 and this is also the demo data, we have to manually open it. But let's say had it been 1000 plus, then it would directly go to your let's say level 3 approver, because this is an high amount and you want it to be approved by a senior authority. So you could create those flows as well. And if you want to see the expenses, everything, and they You could also click on view full report. You would be able to see the complete report here. If there are any attachments as well, then you should be able to see the attachments as well. For example, if they booked an airline ticket for a business travel, then they can submit that uh, attachment as well of the ticket with the exact amount. For example, here airline fees is 56. So all of that is available, and all of that data would pull in from Concur once you have that integration set up, and then you should be able to approve and send back. This is a decision that you will take looking at the report. So here I'm approving this. Looks legit to me, and ideally it should approve. Let's see, and it wouldn't take that much time. Okay, it got approved. That would have been the behavior for your workday as well. That in the live data, you would see that approval going through correctly. Okay. Yep. So this brings us to the end of this webinar today. And we would run a second poll just to understand that if there is any specific topic you want us to cover, so please use the poll and enter the topic which you want us to cover. You would be seeing that poll right now on your screens. And once we have that list of topics, then we will prioritize those topics which you've given in your answers. While we keep this poll open, then we have some additional resources for you. So we have the mobile community. So this is essentially the page which we have on Employee Center community page, and I will walk you through in a minute. But this is the QR code. You can scan that QR code, and you will be navigated to the community page which we have created for Now Mobile. And in case if you want to reach out to us, this is our product email address. And then similar to this webinar, we would be doing few webinars in future as well. The upcoming webinars on 16th October is how to create MESP pages in Now Mobile. So if you want to create the web page embedded in Now Mobile with a mobile native look and feel, that's what the MESP page is. And then we will talk about how we can create those MESP pages, how we can configure it, and we will show that live. Do join this webinar to learn about that. And then on November 12th, we have a topic which is my items in Mobile. So all those my tasks, my request, all of that would come in as a part of your my items in Mobile. So to register for these webinars, you can scan this QR code, and you will be navigated to the registration page on community. Then we have a Mobile Academy on YouTube. Follow that this QR code to go to the Mobile Academy on YouTube. So this has a very rich content, a very vast content on everything related to mobile. David has covered, I think, multiple topics, be it what's new, any specific capabilities, could be your notification, mobile publishing, all of that has been covered on Academy sessions, and all of that is available in the playlist, YouTube playlist. So do follow and do check that out to learn more about mobile platform and all the best practices that we have. And talking about the community page, which I was saying, so if I go to community and ServiceNow, so I'm sure you're familiar with the Employee Center community. So within Product Hub, there is this Employee Center. Once you click here, so within the features and capabilities, on omni-channel experiences, we have created this page. So this is your one-stop solution for everything you want to learn for Mobile. We keep on adding the articles here. For example, we did two webinars. We created the articles for it, and we will create one article for this webinar as well. And this will be here on this page. Similarly, for your Mobile Academy, if I go to YouTube, you could just search ServiceNow Mobile Academy. Hello everyone, good morning, good evening. Sorry, bye. If you go to this mobile academy, so you would see here we have captured a lot of videos here for your learnings. So this is the mobile academy which we have. Okay, and we will share all those links in the chat as well for you to make it easily available. Okay, this brings us to the end of this webinar. Thank you so much everyone for joining today, and you all have a great day ahead.